I don't want him to suffer anymore or be any more pain, so tomorrow's the day. Hey folks, this is Garrett Wing with American Overwatch Canine Services and American Standard Dog Training. And this here is Zephos. This is Zephos, he's our oldest dog. Oh my God, you're so big. You're so big. Oh boy, good boy. 3 pro tips to help you wash your dog without a fight. Don't forget his giblets. He's a little over 13 years old and he'll be getting put down tomorrow. So we thought we would talk about, why we're making that decision. When is the right time? How do you deal with it? How do you go about it? Some people have never dealt with that before.
Good boy, bud. Almost there, come on.
And it's never an easy decision to make. And so we thought about this a lot, whether to even share this with you because it's a very personal and private matter. And then also we thought it would be a great opportunity, more as a celebration of life of Mr. Zephos here.
You got it.
Now he's about 13 years and let's say 3 months, which is as far as his breed, a Cane Corso, and his size, 120, 125 pounds, he's basically 100 plus years old in human years. He is old. And we have had many of these conversations in the last, let's say 6 months. There's a couple of times, about 2 or 3 times where we were basically making the call hey, it's happening this week. But man, he's just a resilient old son of a gun, man. And whenever we thought this was going to be it, he would pull through. I'm like, man, look at him now.
It was early October. He one day just stopped eating, stopped drinking, was falling all over himself. They did an ultrasound and determined that he had testicular cancer. However, they also discovered that he had an E. coli infection, which was why he wasn't eating and drinking, because he obviously didn't feel well. Put him on a heavy round of antibiotics, and he was good as new. We then had him neutered because of the cancer. Came out of it great, and we're chugging along again.
Yeah, he's an extremely tough dog.
Yeah.
You would never know something's wrong until it's really wrong.
Really wrong. You'd never yelp, squeals about nothing. But anyway, it was probably mid-January. He started kind of limping around a little bit. So we took him to the vet again to get that checked out. They did their x-rays, decided that he has osteoarthritis. Put him on some meds. He was doing great for a few weeks and then started gimping pretty bad again. So we went back to the vet. Mm-hmm. At this point, there are no other medications to try. We've tried it all.
We're at a point now, I'd say in the last week, he cannot make it outside on his own. We have just a few stairs, 3 or 4 stairs to lead out, whether it's front yard or backyard, wherever he wants to go. He's going down the stairs, he's wiping out, face planting. Yeah. There's days where he does really good, and then there's days maybe it rains or something and that arthritis kicks off and he's really bad. When is it the right time? And there's no pamphlet on this. There's no checklist per se. She was even concerned about doing this because she felt concerned. Some people would say,
you let it go too long.
Yeah, you should have put him out of his misery months ago. Well, I don't think that's correct. And then there might be other people who say just grind it till the wheels fall off. Well, the wheels are falling off, you know what I mean? Today, we had a handyman come in to fix something on the refrigerator. And this boy, no matter how much pain he's in or how he's feeling, he will muster the energy to at least put a semblance of being the big bad dog he is and try to get up and bark at the person. Yeah, charge the door, let him know, hey, I might be half crippled, but I'll gum you to death with because he doesn't have a lot of teeth left either. I mean, he's an old man. He will gum you to death. Today, he didn't even get up. He saw this person he'd never seen before come in.
Didn't even woof at him.
Yeah, and then
so unlike him.
She went to give him the meds this morning, and trust me, we're putting those meds, we're making it worth his while. Cheese and bacon and ham and anything we can do, steak to jazz it up so we can take the meds, and he turned his nose up. He says, I don't want the cheese.
Wouldn't even pick his head up off the floor to entertain it.
But when you're not eating, when you're not able to get around, when you're not doing the things that you used to love to do, running off the handyman would have been at the top of his list. You know what I mean? It's time. And even just getting him on this couch, I touched his leg to try to move him just a little bit, and he winced in pain. He is in a lot of pain. And he even mouthed me, which he's never done, I don't think, in his entire life, to say, hey, bro, that hurt a lot. Please don't do that again. And how do you go about it? Well, you can take him to a vet's office, somewhere that he's not as familiar with, that's not home. The preferred way for us is to have the vet come to your home, and there are services out there that'll do that. And they will do it in the comfort of your home, in his home setting, around the people he loves, not in a strange environment. It's not ideal. We'll have to do that tomorrow, and it's just so odd. You have to like make an appointment for that. You got to make an appointment on when to say goodbye to your dog. We have in one of our other dogs, Chief, kind of learned our lesson with him. We just kept trying everything we could do to get Chief to bounce back from what he was dealing with. This is Xephos. Look at him go. He's got a prong on, big old tongue hanging out, and then Mr. Chief here. This was on a vacation somewhere. We had them just running free in a big open field, and once they chilled out, we took a nice photo of them. Loved that photo so much, we got this framed up. So this has been with us for a while. And we waited too long, let me tell you. We waited too long, and I think we had made a decision at the time, like, hey, I don't know what day of the week it was, but it was like, tomorrow's the day. Like, tomorrow we have to do it. This is just not getting any better. And Chief didn't even make it till tomorrow. It was an emergency.
Middle of the night.
Yeah, 2:30, 3 in the morning, something like that. We had to rush him over to our vet. He was not feeling well, and it was a little selfish of us to try to keep him around, and we don't want to do that with him, where it's I don't want him to suffer anymore or be any more pain. So tomorrow's the day, and even if we got this fixed somehow, which we can't, it's just be something else, a week or a month from now. And then of course you got to consider the costs associated with every time you go to the vet, emergency visit, all the meds, you know how it goes. So not that I'm allowing that to weigh in on this, it's just for all of us something to consider when we're having these conversations.
Good catch, buddy. Do it again.
Look at me, Daddy.
You're so gross. Oh. Dogs are not supposed to have chocolate, but this boy has had a sweet tooth since day one.
I came home 8 months hugely pregnant from work. You were still at work. To an entire Costco-sized box of Ghirardelli brownie mix all over the entryway of the house.
My boy ate the whole thing. We thought he was gonna die, but he just pooped out Hershey squirts, literal Hershey squirts for like a couple days. So he survived. This boy is like a garbage disposal. He likes chocolate. You're not supposed to give your dog chocolate. We don't really give him chocolate, but today and tomorrow is his lucky day. What's it gonna hurt, So we went to the store today and got him some of his favorite. We got him some chocolate, and he's gonna have some. Why not, Kind of his last meal. If he wants chocolate, he can have it.
Chocolate and steak.
Yeah, chocolate and steak. Whatever you can do to, have them, the best day that they can.
Put a little smile on their face.
Yeah.
He was born December 26, 2010.
I just wanted something different, but I wanted something that was still tough and badass. And very long story short, we decided on the Italian Mastiff. And so when we had him as a puppy boy, he was a feisty son of a gun. I remember pretty much the day or two, maybe the first day I had him, my stepmother, Jennifer, coughed, sneezed or something. And he looked at her and went, brr. Like, don't sneeze in my presence. So, hey, man, take it easy. And he's just always been a tough dog, super, super home protector. An angel with the children. When we had our first baby, Aria, our first human baby, he was
obsessed with her.
He didn't want to leave her alone. Just lick her face and just lick her to death.
He'd just sit there and watch her all day. He loved her.
Yeah, just was fantastic with our kids. Most of these protection breeds, you're gonna see them kind of the switch being flipped, meaning they go from being sweet and they love everyone to who the hell are you? That happened for him around 6 or 7 months. It can't happen that young, but typically you're talking about 12 months old, 10, 12 months old, 14, 16 months old. Like for comparison speaking, Thanos didn't even think about putting on a big dog bark till he was 18 months old or something like that.
He was a late bloomer.
Yeah, late bloomer. Donald's a little late bloomer, but we would bring him everywhere. So he'd go in the car with us, and whatever vehicle we're in, typically a pickup truck, we would sometimes on purpose, sometimes just the happenstance, you'd sit outside, let's say at a restaurant, he would lay in wait, and when someone would get close enough, he'd charge the window, bah, and the whole truck would shake. I mean, like, people would spill their coffee, food launch in the air, startled, and we'd sit there giggling like, hey, that's kind of cute, that's funny, you know, maybe he's a little evil on us, but...
It's a little immature.
Yeah. There was one time we left the window cracked just a little too much, and man, he almost took some guy's arm off. That's not funny, right? We should know better. It was just a mistake. That guy walked by, he runs up, he cranes his neck out, and he clacked his teeth, man, maybe not even an inch from that guy's shirt, and that guy hugged his car. Then he laughed and got in. I don't know how he thought that was funny. He almost got bit, bro. Down. So when we took him on his first snow adventure up to Pennsylvania, he's probably around 2 years old maybe, and never seen snow before, but man, they were getting out running, him and Chief chasing each other, having a great time. The snow was probably like a foot or two thick, and he got tired at some point and wanted to sit down, and every time he went to sit down, he would sit down and get back up real quick. Sit down and get back up real quick. Like, what is he doing? And we realized his nutsack, man, his balls would hit the snow. He's like, ooh, that's cold, and he'd get back up. One of my favorite things about him, he's been just like a kind of a patriarch type of dog, where we would call him a role model dog. So if we had dogs that were super anxious, we would bring him around to set this tone. Like, look, Xephos is not scared. Be like Xephos. And every dog would love to be like, looked up to him like you would, like an elder, but respectfully. And he was fantastic with puppies. We would love to have any puppies we'd have. We'd do a raise and train with an 8, 10, 12-week-old puppy, 16 weeks old, whatever. You could trust him 110%. He would kind of look out for him and
just lay on the ground, let them climb on him.
Yeah, let him
chew his ears.
Yeah, bite the hell out of his cheeks. Little puppies would come up and chew on his cheeks, and he was so patient with them. One of his favorite things he used to do is when I drive my car, my pickup truck, he would climb up onto my shoulder, onto my back, and between the headrest and my head, he would lay there while he'd fall asleep while I'm driving. Probably not safe, don't do that. I can't do that now. I'm 120 pounds doing that. But when he was younger, yeah, when we would drive, he would want to be right up on my neck. It is his life's mission to protect the household. I never had concerns about leaving the door unlocked. I'm like, you want to break in my house? Good luck to you, bro. Go for it. You know, it's going to be a bad day for you. Some people pronounce it Xephos. Some people pronounce it Xiphos. It is the Latin word for, it's a sword, first off, right? It's been used in some movies. The translation's roughly penetrating light. So back in the day when they had the Colosseum and these gladiators fighting in the arena, some of the folks up in the cheap seats, right, way up high, would look down, and they couldn't quite make out it was a sword. They could see dudes fighting, but when the sun glinted off the sword, it would look like a shiny blade, right? You could see the light reflecting off the highly polished swords or whatever. I wanted something cool, right? Something that harkens back to ancient Rome and when they used these dogs. And so the Xiphos or the Xephos sword was cool. The sword at my side, able to defend the home. Good, get him wet. I guess when it comes to, when they do their services tomorrow, one of the concerns we have a 5 and a 7-year-old now, and it's like, should they be here for that? How do you explain to your kids what's going on? The 7-year-old understands exactly what's happening. The 5-year-old doesn't quite get it yet. She kind of gets it, but these are the questions you have to ask, like, how do you handle this? When is the time? And then I think we get to how do you handle it after? And what's always worked in our family, and I do suggest it, is like you have like this missing, it's like a hole in your heart. There's just something missing, and what do you do with all that love and that energy, if you will? And it's always been great to pour that into your family, any other dogs or pets you have in your house, and oftentimes the answer is Okay, it's time to get a new pet. You know, it's time to get a new puppy. Gives you a place to channel that love and energy. I'm not interested right now in getting a new puppy. I mean, we got our hands full with the dogs we care for, and Thanos and Xena, and that's what we're going to do, is just focus our energy on them. I just wanted to be, you know, fully transparent and let you know where we're at. We have been dreading this day for weeks and weeks and almost months, really. And again, it's not for the clicks, it's not for the likes, it's just not for nothing. It's just to tell you the truth. Hopefully this helps somebody out there. If and when you're going through this, help you make that decision on when it's time. You know, nobody can really tell you when it's time. You should kind of trust your gut on that. And that's the best advice I can give you. It's never going to be easy. It's never going to feel right.
No matter how many times you do it, it will never get easier either.
No, definitely not. Yeah, thank you all for your patience. Thanks for you know, being a part of it. And well, see you on the next one. Yeah. Whatever I need to do, he's gonna do.
Hey, big buddy.
By squeezing my fart again.
Don't do it again.
As you can see, he's a big, gentle giant. Until he sees the mailman, then he wants to kill him.